It is a dark and stormy night. Perfect for some exploring, don't you think? Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to Gary's Mod. And today, the map we're going to be exploring is GM the Asylum Night. And it's been a while since I played a map that had such seemingly a cool blend of exploration and horror. And usually they tend to be either one or the other, but this seems to be right up my alley. Or right down my alley, as the case may be. It seems like this is our entry point. Found some kind of former hatch to the steam tunnels below. Oh, with a rail track running through. That's quite an interesting feature. I don't know much about this map other than it's dark, spooky, and abandoned, so let's have at it, shall we? I'm tired of standing here in the freezing rain. Jingle jangle. Now all we have as we move deeper in is the low rumble of the thunder outside and the occasional echo of the dripping water down here. Oh, this is so cool. Atmosphere makes such a huge difference here, having it set during a thunderstorm. I've only been able to explore like this a couple of times in real life, but it makes these dark, dingy, moldy basements feel so inviting. I mean, sure, it's spookier than ever, but it sure beats whatever's going on out there. Actually, I feel like that feeling of immersion is even increased by having us be standing under that open, rainy thing right at the start. Ooh, but wait. It looks like there's some... Are those electric lights on up ahead? That is weird. But I'm spurred on by the fact that I do so love paint peeling off of bricks. The atmosphere in this and the detail in the environment is amazing. I can practically feel the moisture lapping at the lead paint. Boing. Man, coming upon this one area with the electric light on is really weird. If I came upon something like this in real life, I might think that somebody has a generator hooked up somewhere. And this is potentially a home for some kind of criminal enterprise. I was always told to look out for things like generators or tubes coming out of windows. And we got an open, empty storage area back here. Oh, look at that. The reflections on the rain-slicked floor. Oh, this dark brick basement only occasionally illuminated by the outside lightning flashes and an ominously dimming and reigniting light at the top of the staircase. This has to be the most immersive map I've played in a while. I feel like I'm here. I can practically smell this place. And so immersive is it that perhaps this place can smell me as well. That's creepy. Why in the basement of an abandoned psych hospital? Usually patients would not be allowed in basements unless that basement level is completely done up like any of the upper floors. Okay, so this map is far more horror than Urbex. We are learning that now. How much more? I guess we'll find that out when we get upstairs, but sacks of potatoes don't drip blood. There is actually a lock on there. You know what rhymes with lock? It's like some kind of chute down to the sewers. That's abnormal at the best of times, but the fact that it's in this room... Okay, maybe we go for it now, or maybe we come back to it later, I'm not sure. I think I'll probably come back to this later, simply because this map is doing a really good job of immersing me so far. And that looks like a one-way trip. I don't want to break that immersion, or my legs, by jumping down there, and then using no-clip to get out. Before we head upstairs, is there anything else down here? No, doesn't seem so, just some old boxes on the shelves. Well, let's see what's up there. Man, I've actually heard of things like this in psych hospitals. These places that are like unofficial punishments that are given out by the staff. I've even found a couple of places that were alleged to have been used for such purposes. Oh wow, with that moonlight peeking through the clouds. Or maybe it's even just a particularly overcast afternoon. Maybe we don't even need the use of the flashlight. Perhaps it would be better then to switch to the safety Glock? Because it sounds like I can maybe hear the generator. Or at least some sort of electrical hum. Oh, look at this. Not all the lights are on. Just the one. Oh, that is so creepy. Now I'm not sure what I should be more concerned with, a meth operation or a haunting? Or a meth cook run by ghosts. But wow, this architecture is so cool. Look, we've got the two long, tall windows at the end of the hallway, the only thing that gives us some impression of the distance. Oh, I am in awe at how much this reminds me of some of the places I've explored. Okay, maybe we have to run our fleshlight, but look. It's even got that teasing graffiti. Well, maybe we'll try that in a bit. Even some glow-in-the-dark graffiti. Oh, there we are, abracadabra. Oh, look at that one seat just facing it. Alright, well, on the off chance that this is real, let's platform 9 3/4 this thing. Wall graffiti lied to me. That's like the first time ever. Oh, hello, what is this? Some kind of like stacked cabinets. Doesn't seem like I can interact though. Oh, we can actually hear that rain coming down hard on the roof above us. Some old storage rooms. Wow. The sound of that light going crazy is actually the loudest thing here on such a dark and stormy night. Oh, this door split in half. I'm wondering if this wasn't actually made by somebody who explores in real life. Then again, maybe that's not a necessity. Wow, because I was just going to say, it's weird how often you find doors with, like, the bottom half kicked in. But there is something truly strange going on here. And it's not Walter and pals. Yeah, this probably isn't going to work unless we can find a battery to place on there, so I guess there's some adventure elements on top of all this. Oh, look at that, the light coming through the windows, but we can't see outside because of all the dirt and grime that's caked on those panes. Alright, I am super stoked on this map. We have to keep exploring this. Someone's doing some mad artistry, I see. Oh, look, the floor is even properly raised. All these wood planks being distorted by years of water damage. Oh, this is so cool. It's weird how it's combining, like, the realistic with the fantastical. It seems like the mad artists didn't stop at the other room. Given all this, I'm not sure if this is bored people screwing around or some sort of Gollum creation. And look, we can see ourselves in the mirror. These things always catch me off guard. But one of these days, there's gonna be someone standing behind me when I have a look. Actually, wait. I can't tell if... Okay, there we go. I was just gonna say, how weird would it be if that door wasn't sealed in the reflection? Oh, but this... Wait, this doesn't actually lead outside. It leads out into another hallway where some equipment has been stacked up. We can crawl through this hole, though. Yep. Oh my god! Oh my god, yes! Okay, I think this might actually be inspired by my videos. This is a very... I'll show a clip on the screen. This is a very specific thing that I found with my cousin in Ascension Hospital. You can see the Explore That place on the channel. But I was there shooting bumpers with him, and he discovered this hole in the wall, right? He discovered a hole in the wall, and this room seemingly had no other connection to anywhere else. There were no doors. So we crawl through this hole, and we look in like a side area, and this exact graffiti was there, next to a chair. If this isn't inspired by that video, then this is either an incredible coincidence, or it's a reference I'm not getting. But either way, that is so weird. I almost can't describe the feeling when I came in here and saw this. Face to face in Gary's mod with something I've seen in real life. The circumstances are almost the same too. Well, let's pretend to sit in the naughty chair, because I'm a naughty kid. One time I walked out of 7-Eleven with a lollipop. I was like 4, but you get the idea. Well, let's continue exploring the rest of this place. Oh, look at this lighting. The sitting area, these chairs almost looking like a pair of smiling faces. I always like to take a moment to sit in these spots and reflect on what it must have been like if it would have been similarly moody, but maybe more comfortable while the place was in operation. Just look at this. I'm using the flashlight as little as possible just because the lighting on this is so gorgeous. The architecture is so gorgeous, and the atmosphere just brings it all home in a way that is instantly making this like one of my favorite maps ever. I could stare out this window all day. Well, you know, stare at the window, because we can't see out of it. But let's continue looking around. Oh, look, all this stuff, like all this grime and moss piled up on top of the table. No inexplicably clean furniture on this one. Strings of numbers repeating all across. I wonder if that's not the key to an Easter egg or something. There was a hole here. It's gone now. Now this is graffiti I've spotted around as well, but I recognize it as a Silent Hill reference. Doors in various states of disrepair, some with boards over what used to be glass, some with those boards knocked out. Look at the way the lightning flashes actually spill out across the hall. And how truly dark it is in these gaps. We're only able to see based on the lights coming through the windows in the distance. Sorry if you think I'm going slow, but I'm having such a good time geeking out about this map. Look at all these, like, peeling paint textures. Ominous stool wedged in a corner. It's always crazy what gets taken away and what's left behind. Sometimes, like, all the dumb little things will be stripped out, and yet, like, important documents that may be prone to a lawsuit if anyone discovers will just be left. This looks like some kind of, like, hydrotherapy area. Look, all this moss growing across the tile. Sometimes I'll stand and look in these mirrors and, like, think about all the different people and scenes that might have been reflected in those very same surfaces at one time. But now we're getting into the darker areas. Ooh. Oh, we are not done yet. There's an upstairs, maybe multiple upstairs. Elevator stopped at this floor. Things spawn. That's a boat. That's a boat. How in the heck did somebody manage to get a boat down the elevator shaft? And this goes all the way down to the basement. Oh, well, that's certainly a one-up from my picnic bench. I'm sorry, I'm going to take a moment to harp on this again. That means that somebody took a boat, carried it upstairs, and then dropped it down the elevator shaft. How did they even get it in here? This area seems to be sealed off from us. And we can't get through here either. Yep, that's as far as we go. Sometimes it's just like that. Well, all the more reason to head upstairs then. Oh, I am so curious to see what this map has in store. Oh, look at these staircases, the wood paneling on the sides. We can even see, like, all these vines growing over the windows. But I've got to do this. I don't want to spoil it by going upstairs early. But look, we can, like, look up through this entire stairwell. I've always wanted to get a shot like this. Although, I've always been paranoid that the second I do get the opportunity, I'll see some shadowy figure peering over the edge. Just realized the stairs are clipped. I used to watch a ton of Ghost Hunters as a kid. Like, I really loved that show. And I still remember their explore of the St. Augustine Lighthouse, where they captured a very similar thing on film. Probably where my fear comes from. Oh, look, there's so much still left on the shelves. I love it when it's like this, when you can practically imagine this place still in working order. A little supply closet back here, but it seems like it goes out into this... Yeah, here's a little observation booth where the ward chief can, I guess, like, look out at all the patients as they're going about their business. Yeah, this reminds me of the Veterans Building that I've explored on the channel, where in the corners there would be these day rooms. But as you can see, even the dust that falls off the ceiling and the walls can act as soil. Just add water and time, and you get something like this. That's part of what I love so much about Urbex, is like the almost fantasy scenery that you get to enjoy. Seeing things that, like, just doesn't happen unless you have human creation and then humans just leaving for long periods of time. One of these patients was blessed with a sick gaming setup. Imagine the Quake tournaments that must have gone on in here. Okay, so there is a bit of a haunting going on. We got floating gnomes. What is this? The same plague that destroyed GM Shambles? Well, let's do the stall game. All the doors quite realistically long gone. And that cage mesh over the windows, since it's when they're unsupervised when they're the most likely to try and make a break for it and end up hurting themselves. Alright, let's go interrogate that gnome, shall we? Wait, are you on top of something? Did you disappear? I thought there was maybe like an invisible prop that you were sitting on top of, but you're just gone now. Did I like pick you up? All right, well, let's tackle this hallway again. Look, just this long, dark space, all these doors ajar, creating all these blind corners in the middle of this hallway. Some of them with little windows where you will unmistakably think that you saw someone move behind them as you approach. Oh, imagine somebody camped out here for days trying, not just as like a teenage prank, but really trying to complete some sort of ritual. I mean, like, they were dedicated, clearly, if they were staying here. I wonder if they even produced that here. The remains of a drop ceiling. Some radio equipment, and there is our battery. Oh, this is so cool. It's even got the different layers of history that I always talk about. You can see what it was like when it was in operation, and the things people have done with it since. This is quite a strange room even before. Why would a room be tiled like this? To have such a pattern on the ground. And this is more of that seemingly like glow-in-the-dark graffiti paint. I also just adore how properly dirty these floors are. How there's places where you can see what it looked like, but for the most part it's all just covered in dust and rubble. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Okay, I'm gonna need a minute to address whatever's going on over there, but look at this. I am such a sucker for large arched doorways in a dark room. And it's weird how much you encounter them in these places. This reminds me so much of the Veterans Hospital, it's unreal. Oh, look. A one-sided window hallway for us to walk down, waiting any moment for those Resident Evil zombie dogs or perhaps a licker to burst through behind me, forcing me to run. Hey guys, sorry, am I blocking your view? Oh, that is so creepy how they're all like facing this direction. Almost as if staring out the window is like the one small comfort that they get in this place. But it would seem that's the end of the road. Are you hiding anything, Plywood? This is amazing. This map is the perfect blend where it's extremely realistic in its design and extremely moody. And yet, it's not afraid to have some really crazy architecture. Oh wow, it's a it's a Half-Life pointing Wojak meme. Maybe they're trying to say that if we power that thing on downstairs, we'll summon a head crab to eat that watermelon? I'll let it have it, it deserves it. It's being ripped across a trans-dimensional tear, I suppose. Little break room. Alright, now let's figure out what the heck is going on in here. Garbage can portal. Okay, I thought there was something like weird and sci-fi going on in this room, but this is actually standard for American psych hospitals. See, the therapeutic value in these garbage cans is that they, you approach them and you start to hear voices, but it's actually beaming the voices into your head, and so it's like a cure for auditory hallucinations. I don't know, I'm just trying to calm myself down. Is there actually going to be somebody up there? No, they're unmistakably coming from this thing. Oh, I see. This was once like an auditorium. But presumably since closure, somebody has set up their own thing. Okay, am I meant to maybe find a can and put it in there? I can't seem to interact with this stuff. Oh, there's a can right there. Alright, we'll do it, but the safety Glock is going to have to be at the ready. Oh! Oh! That's not the safety Glock. Howdy. Does this mean that I'm a Power Ranger now? Does it mean that I'm a Power Ranger now? Well, we did that. How's about we just go ahead and grab that battery that's in the other room so we can throw it downstairs? And then maybe just head upstairs and see what's there, ignoring the otherworldly creature we just summoned the horrifying visage of. Visage? I also really like how... See, I wasn't sure at first about the use of, like, electric lighting on the map, because normally to me that's like the kiss of death of realism. But it's used so sparingly that it really doesn't detract from this at all, and it even takes it a step further, where there's some areas where ambient light is enough and others where it isn't, which is so true to the experience. Well, let's ascend once more. Move. Move, Mr. Washing Machine. You're blocking my way. Oh, this stuff is all blocked off. This even with brick. That's weird. That's really weird. Oddly enough, not actually unheard of. Yeah, we can't interact with this at all. And we can see into the elevator shaft, but we cannot go in. Probably for the best. Well, if that really is the end of what's to see upstairs... I honestly expected to see something in that flash of light, just hearing that creak, that long creak in the darkness behind me. But if that is all there is to see upstairs, then we have only two things left to do, and that's power up that machine on the ground floor, and, I guess, jump down that well in the smile room. Where'd you go, Mr. Battery? Right there. Alright, we'll just deal with the flashlight bug for now. Somehow, the pour of that rain sounds even louder on the ground floor. Right this way. And where was it? I believe, yep, it was through the kicked-in door. There we are. You are now powered on. Okay, hang on. Give me a second to fix this bug. Now. It's just like a sandy room, like near the beach. Okay, I mean, I've seen some pretty inventive things done with abandoned spaces, like as an art project, but this takes the cake. I see me walking out. I see a seashore. Did I travel too far? Or too early? It's confusing how time and space seem to unite. But wait a minute. Isn't that just an image on a computer screen? And that's kind of the GMOD VR series in a nutshell, isn't it? Alright, take me back. Should I maybe unpower this thing? Seems probably dangerous to just leave it. Whatever, it's fine. So then that's just... Actually, wait. Since all these other crazy Easter eggs have been present here, I gotta wonder, is there actually something to this? There's that can graffiti again, and you're giving me more cans. Doesn't seem to be, but there's gotta be something to it. There's gotta be. Wait, there's a yellow can. Maybe this one is required for entry? This is gonna drive me nuts. It's probably a prank. It's probably a prank, but I feel like that's gotta be like a tip, right? Well, alright. I can't figure that out, but we're going back down to the basement now to see what's down that deep shaft where I guess you could throw unruly patients and nobody would ever know. And they'd keep quiet about whatever was done to them down here. And in fact may still be happening to people. There is actually a rumor about the hospital that I usually explore, about bodies buried behind one of the buildings, where it was kind of the dump site for patients that were accidentally killed by punishments that went too far. This is a bit more sophisticated. Yeah! And this is a lot more than the infrastructure I would expect to be under a place like this. This is huge. And the lights are on. And El Chupanibre is tearing its way through the bars. But it looks like we can continue down that way. This is bizarre. This is so deep. Oh, and it's only now I realize I can no longer hear the rain at all. Only a low rumble and the occasional drops of water echoing off the concrete. Oh, it goes even further and gets somehow even darker. I don't feel like I should be peeking through these grates here. But let's go for it. Did I just hear something moving? I swear I just heard what sounded like something moving. I can hear like the wind coming through this gap. There was an attempt to seal this away. Should we do that last, or should we... Well, I guess we have no choice because this area is blocked off. Yeah, that's not going to open. But the fact that this is torn down means somebody came through here afterwards. It was sealed away. Somebody knew about it and knew exactly where to break. Yep. And somebody didn't even bother trying to knock the door down, figured it would be easier to go through the wall around it. More of that glow-in-the-dark graffiti. Some kind of mining site? I'm sorry. I was just in like a really weird like feedback loop of a trance where there were no sounds and I wasn't Like, I wasn't talking because I couldn't hear myself talk. Like, somehow I was waiting for myself to make a sound so that I could go off of that. Maybe we can actually start this? Like, whatever excavations here were never finished. Those stalagmites and stalactites almost looking like teeth in a mouth. Oh, it does work. But all it does is give us that one spotlight to light our way. I'm gonna take it as a good thing that GMOD doesn't show our shadow, else I'd be constantly waiting for the moment one passes behind me. I'm sorry, what map are we playing? This is such a change, but such a cool one. All of this enterable from a room that was used as a dump site for, like, the mentally handicapped and people with psychological issues. You know what happens when you concentrate a whole lot of evil in one place, right? That's when you get a haunting. Oh, I don't like it. There's all these thin crevices off to the side for me to peek in, or potentially for something to peek out. I have to crouch to get through here. Oh, why am I doing this? I suppose if you were foolish enough to get yourself into this situation, that there's nothing else you can do but hope to discover a way out, because you ain't getting back the way you came in. Nothing over here. Whoops. Alright, I can't really turn around, so let's slowly back up until we see the space on our left. We're gonna have to swim. Oh no. Oh no, I hate underground urbex, right? I hate tunnels so much. Caves and mines even worse. I've never done them and I never will. Now you're gonna add cave diving to the mix? It's mercifully short. But we emerge onto an even larger cave system. This all gives me the impression of a project that was conducted in secret and then abandoned. Abandoned and then never talked about, but why? Even here we have to duck our head, but these are unmistakably stairs. This isn't just a natural cave system. People have been here before. If the graffiti wasn't enough. Is this maybe related to the glow-in-the-dark graffiti we've been seeing up above? What the heck is this? Out of all the crazy things at play here, the Cthulhu portrait upstairs was the thing that is actually tied to this place and real. I mean, aside from the teleportation, the mad science is real as well, I guess, but this is something different altogether. I have to wonder if you didn't maybe have some influence on the building that was unfortunate enough to place itself above you. Alright. They didn't camp out here to complete the ritual. I was the ritual. Whatever they were trying to make happen, I just did it. This map is amazing. Does anything happen if I pick this up? Some real weird things happen, that's what happens. I'm gonna get a move on. And perhaps in a moment begin our no-clip run. I wonder if something else hasn't maybe changed. Wait. Wait. We've gotta go check out we've gotta go check the back rooms door. Maybe now? No. There is a thing here. There is glow-in-the-dark graffiti right here. Alright, well, let's begin our no-clip run, I guess. Oh, wow, there's a creator room over there. We can see all this crazy, zany stuff. So it is real. All right, well then, what the heck do we have to do? What's a guy got to do to get into the back rooms around here? All right, we'll figure that out in a bit. I'll check the Steam forums or something, but first, let's just have a look at this place. Wow. Yeah, well, it may not be like the most accessible, like we can't go everywhere. What's here is so extensive and so beautifully crafted. It's got just the right mix of things being left behind and things being missing, and there's still just enough for you to infer what each space is meant to be. The textures are properly grimy and peely. There's all this detail of like moss growing on certain spaces that would get wet, plants growing like in the middle of the rooms, all this stuff caking over the windows, and yet all the light pouring through that really allows the ambient light and the mood of the map to shine. Why weren't you loading when I was out there? I love how the Easter eggs range from little funny mundane features to find, like the various graffitis and like this guy having his own little gaming setup, to absolutely like insane Cthulhu conspiracy cults and secret technology being developed within these walls. Well, this boat's not the only thing in this elevator. Actually, inside the elevator, which is an even crazier story. How did you manage this? Alright, no clip. We are gonna get to the bottom of these back rooms as well as every other place. Did you watch me climb down here? Let's go see the creator room first. Thanks for playing GM the Asylum Knight. And some nice relaxing music to bring you through, and a look into the back rooms. I guess time will tell if that's copyright free, but map made initially in December 2022 for MapLab Community Mapping Competition. Never released due to errors and no time to fix before deadline. Ported, polished, and released for GMOD in November 2023. Night version made the same month. That is such cool history. So, although it wasn't in time to fulfill its initial purpose, it found a new life here. However, the roots of this map are far earlier. Overall aesthetics, style, and some of the custom textures were created back in 2010, when I started making my never-finished single-player mod for Half-Life 2 called the Asylum. You can say this map is an excerpt or a style guide of a mod from the past. Wow, so it's a new life on a new life. That is so cool. And main reference sources, the proper people. Wait, have they maybe stumbled onto the same room as me? Because if so, that is a 1 in a million. Oh wow, I just got jump scared by Gabe Newell. That's, funnily enough, that's not the first time that's happened. We've got a whole bunch of buttons on the wall here, and one right here. Wait. Ooh, look at all these little textures. Melon? maybe there's text that's meant to appear over these, like maybe they change different things about the map. Hey, it's another one of these gnomes. Yeah, I had read on the workshop that there's 10 of you, but I don't know what happens once you're all found. That's 2. I knew there'd be one in the Cthulhu room. There you are. Oh, this is just like GM Shambles all over again. Yeah, I'm only here looking for gnomes, but, like, I'm surprised I didn't even think before about how there's a giant Cthulhu statue right over here. Well, who needs teleportation when you've got no clip, right? Oh, hey. These little dolls are everywhere. Alright, unfortunately my battery is dying, so I don't really have a lot of time to continue looking for gnomes. Maybe I'll continue in flat screen, but for now, I feel like we have to no-clip over to the back rooms. Note, you are not supposed to be here. Back rooms don't exist. It's just an urban legend. How eerie is that if there really is no way to get here legitimately? Darwin! Well, Darwin figured it out somehow. But I can't see the mysterious camera that the creator room is using to watch this with. At least he's got some drinks. It's important to keep hydrated. But I think we're just about done here. Alright, Officer Flat Screen reporting for duty here. And I had heard there were some gnomes about to be found. Yet not only were you guys not spawning in, but there's also the matter of a controller battery was dying, so let's just have a look around. Oh, there's one over in here. If I can get them. 2 out of 10, so there is text displayed on the screen when we grab them. There's a counter going. Melon does not work. Well, at least they gave us the opportunity to try. I should have known! Alright, well, that's 3. Yeah, I definitely looked in the bathtubs, so they were not loading in. Oh, there's one under the stairs. Boop. By the way, we're stacking these flashlight beams every time we touch one. This is going to get quite bright. Actually kind of useful right now. Wait. Why is that one from before not in this hallway? That's kind of strange, isn't it? So why was it there before then? Did something happen? Or should I be spooked? That thing was moving of its own volition. But this one is not. Oh, were there supposed to be fog effects in here? I hadn't noticed. But are there any... It likes to hide them behind stuff. There's... That one tried to run, but that's one of the ones we got before. 8 out of 10, which means there's only 2 left. This is a fun little scavenger hunt. I had seen someone say that there's one behind the door to the smile room. Maybe in... Oh, there you are. Only one more. This is gonna be such a pain, isn't it? Oh. Oh! Alright, that one was clever. I don't know if you can get that one without no clip, but that's 10 out of 10. Night of the Living Gnomes. What do you... Oh, God! Oh, no! They're neck spots! Okay, this way, this way. Can you get me in here? Oh, we can actually kill them! Alright, well, this is happening. Die. Oh, imagine if this had happened in VR. You still have all the regular zombie hitboxes. How many of you are there? I hope that's it. Do you guys still like melon? It's like Doom up in here all of a sudden. Did that perhaps unlock the back rooms? He made this a whole thing. I guess this means it's a good thing we brought Officer Platt's screen, huh? And getting to put that firearms training to the test. Well, I guess we got them all. Wait, does that mean that the back room's door is opened up? Where'd it go? Nope. But also I've been thinking, because of this can graffiti everywhere, what happens if we put, like, more cans in the can after we summon the Combine? If I go, like... that. Oh, you shower me with stuff, and... you start doing some crazy light stuff. Alright, well, there's 3 of them down in the backrooms room. Barrel? Okay, strange reward. And another barrel. Is it maybe randomized? Yeah, no, it's not random. The first time was ammo, and the rest of the time it's just barrels and glitchiness. It's all 3 of the backrooms rooms, and now, yeah, it's just, it's barrels. Like, thanks for the barrels. Wow, there's a whole lot of cans in here. Yeah, I think that's our answer. I think I'll probably go back and just do the outro now. Well, I've already sung my praises. That was GM, the Asylum Knight, and it is awesome. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this map out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.